This is going to be the best 5 minutes of your new year. Welcome back to the show.
Hey guys, Happy
We've already
New
told
Year.
you Happy New Year's,
Yes.
but Happy New Year's. So this week, we wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
Or maybe more specifically, New Year's goals.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of people, resolutions kind of, it's like, oh, I've decided I'm going to do this. And we think it's more important to just have objectives that you're working towards the whole year. It's less rigid, and I think you'll actually see more progress.
So what's your New Year's resolution?
Well, I think both of us have resolved that this year we really need to get back in better shape.
We do. Yeah.
We're not like humongous, but you know, I'm a little overweight. I got some pounds to lose, and my biggest thing is I don't feel strong because I need to lose several pounds and then just get my muscles back in shape.
So our goal is to be fit and in shape,
Right.
so that when we take you guys to Camp Eagle,
Right. So I'm not the
I
one in the back of
can-
the line going, wait for me, guys.
Yeah, no.
Wait, I'm almost there.
we'll
No.
be at the front of the pack on the hike, being like, "Come on, guys, pick
Right.
it up, let's
Running
go."
backwards, be like, y'all hurry up and get up here, boy. That's good. Yeah. And the other one, which this is kind of a recurring one for me, but I like to stay consuming information. I like to read, listen to audiobooks. So my goal generally for the year is to cover at least 25 books or audiobooks. So what about you? You have goals for this year?
Yeah,
that you
so
want to
other
reach?
than us getting in shape and us reading, we both love to read a lot. I'm always busy on the go, like whether
Yeah,
we're at work, at
20%.
home, like
She's a
it's go,
workhorse,
go, go,
man.
go.
Just-
You work and then you go home and you work some more because there's always something to do, especially with the kids at
Well,
home.
let's face it, it's because there's 4 kids
It's
at home.
because there's
That's
4
why.
kids at
But-
home and him. But I really this year want to be more intentional to slow down and not be so busy, particularly when we're at home, but
Yeah,
just
with
to
the kids.
sit down and enjoy hanging out with the kids, whether it be on the trampoline in the backyard or going for a walk or building Legos together, just
Reading books, stuff like
doing things together, because it hit me this year. They're not always going to be little rugrats
That's
running
true.
around
That's
everywhere.
true.
And so I want to make the most of 2021 with my
Yeah,
kids and
for
make
sure.
memories.
We wanted to talk about some of the top New Year's resolutions for people across the country, around the world.
Like when you ask people, what's your
What are
New
you
Year's
doing this New
resolution?
Year's?
They generally fall in one of these 5 categories.
Right. And the first one has to do with your health.
Yes.
Everybody wants to lose weight.
Yeah.
Me, she's doing it for moral support, but there's a lot. I mean, Americans are fatties, let's face it. And we all want to lose a little bit of weight, right?
Yeah.
We eat too many tacos.
Or not lose
not
weight
enough
even, but
salads.
just be fit, be
Just be
healthy, so
healthier,
you
yeah,
feel
stronger,
good. Yeah.
fitter,
so you
better
can do all the
cardio.
things you want to do.
Yeah. And then the second category would be things like wealth. You want to save more, you want to spend less, you're going to invest, you're going to be more generous, but it has to do with your money and the way that you use your money. Because if we're honest with ourselves, I think most of us are not. A lot of us waste money. We spend a lot of money, you know?
Yeah.
$4 for coffee, that's a little much. And that's if you get coffee.
Yeah.
If you get a latte, it's like
Yeah.
6 or 7. But
The next category is those lifestyle changes, like
Yes.
those people who decide
I
we're
wanna
gonna
do
wake
differently
up
with
on
my life.
time. We're gonna travel more this year. We're gonna spend more time with the people that are important to us. Those kind of changes.
Sure. And those are good because those affect your quality of life.
Yeah.
Those are,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not just money or your health. That affects your relationships with the people around you, you as a person getting better. So,
Yeah.
and the next one is learning. People say, "Oh, I want to learn a new language. I want to learn Spanish, or I'm going to learn to play the guitar, or I'm
Yeah.
going to go back to school." Right? Educating yourself, expanding your sphere of knowledge and information, learn some new tricks.
And the 5th category is personal growth, and it sounds kind of similar to the last one, learning, but this one really has more to do with not things that you're gonna do, but like it's more internal. So maybe
Improving who you are as a
right,
person.
like you being more patient or you being more confident. Those kinds of things.
Sure. Well, and learning boundaries with relationships, learning to say no, learning to give grace to people in spite of their imperfections, things like that. Things that make you a better you.
Yeah. And let's face it, we all could become a little better at something this year. None of us have like made it and should stop working. We all should try to improve ourselves in one area or another. So we want to encourage all of you to think through and pick a goal that you have this year. And once you pick that goal, we want you to like make a mental note of it. We're gonna go through some tips to help you reach that goal this year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the first things that you need to do with anytime you're trying to achieve a goal, one of the things you need to do is prepare mentally.
Yeah.
You need to visualize your goal or objective, visualize the process of getting there, so that you have a realistic idea of what it's going to take for you to achieve that goal.
Yeah. Second thing is you should set a goal that excites you, something that you're going to be motivated to do that thing because it's important to you.
Yeah, for sure. And don't set too many goals. A lot of people, they want to sit down with a piece of paper and write down their 25 things that they don't like about their life, and they want to change them all. That's too much.
Yeah.
Even Warren Buffett,
limit it. That's
the famous investor guy. He says, you know what? All the things you want to do with your life, get rid of everything except the top 3 and do those.
Start there.
But get rid of the rest of them. You're not going to do them. Take the top 3 and do them. So.
As you're writing your goals, you've picked your top 1 or 2 things that you're going to do, that you're excited about, that you're motivated to do. You need to be specific with your goal.
Yeah.
Don't have some huge broad thing that you can't actually know if you did it or not, right?
Right. You have to have a way to measure whether you have achieved.
Steps to know if you've actually reached your goal. Sure. So not just like lose weight, but like lose 20 pounds. Or not just I want to run every day, but maybe you want to be able to run a mile in a certain amount of time. So be specific with your goals. So
that you know when you've actually achieved it.
Yeah.
And part of doing that is breaking big goals down into smaller goals.
Yeah.
For example, if your goal is to be able to run 5 miles in 30 minutes, well, that's 5-6 minute miles. That's hauling. So maybe your first chunk would be to be able to run 5 miles, right?
Yeah.
And then it's to run 3 miles in 18 minutes. And then, break it down into bite-sized pieces that you can actually achieve so that you can see the progress that you're making.
Yeah.
Towards
and
that
once
goal.
you've done all of those things, you need to write them down on paper.
Yes.
Put them somewhere so you can see them, so that you are reminded of them, and so that you can hold yourself accountable. So you remember, you know what? In January, this was really important to me. I decided to do this to change my life. And that way you have a way to hold yourself accountable. Write it down.
And speaking of accountability, you need to share those goals with other people.
Yeah, don't do it alone. Don't do it alone.
Have whether it's your bestie or your parents or your siblings, have somebody that you tell them, hey, listen, these are the goals that I want to achieve this year, and I want you to kind of help me walk through that process.
The next tip is automate the things that you can. If you have some financial goals, you can set up things to direct deposit and go to savings accounts and go to different places that if you're like, I really need to save X amount of dollars, you can make that happen automatically. So things that you can make automatically happen, do it.
Yeah. Well, the other problem is that we all can justify why we need coffee, or we need a new pair of blue jeans, or we need to go out with our friends to the movie. But if you automate that process where the money comes out automatically, then it's not there for you to spend.
You don't even see it.
And you never think about it. You don't have to remember to save money. It's happening already.
Yeah.
The next tip is review.
Yes.
Review. Periodically, whether it's once a month or once a week, whatever is right for you and your goals, go back and look and say, how am I doing? Be honest with yourself, because you're not lying to anybody except yourself.
Yeah.
How am I doing? Am I still on track? Do I need to adjust?
And if you've messed up, if you've blown it, you've gotten off course, you went away from your goal, that doesn't mean that you have to quit and wait till next year to start over again.
Even if you ate ice cream for 2 weeks straight and you were trying to lose weight.
Just get back on the track and try again. Try again.
Get back up on the horse and keep on riding.
Keep on going. Keep on going.
Thanks, guys, for watching. We hope you had a great New Year's holidays.
Yes.
We hope you've been enjoying the show so far.
Yeah. Check out next week's episode.
Yes,
we are going to have our youth leaders here next week to spill the tea on their New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
And they have some amazing inspiration for you guys.
Practical advice on how to manage your own resolutions.
Yes, so don't miss next week.
We got anything else to say to the kids?
No, just hit like, subscribe to the channel.
That's right.
And we'll see you next time.